Hi there, Mark here, back again with another video. This time we're back in the XK8, but trying something slightly different. So if my lockdown haircut hasn't sent you running already, I'll tell you a little bit about today's video theme. For those of you who have watched some of my videos already, you'll know that I'm a person who's got 2 kids and a full-time job and don't really have that much time to get out in my cars very often. So I've done videos like my GT in a day to North Wales in this same car. But even with this lockdown going on, I haven't really found time to actually get out and enjoy my cars, and finding a whole day to do a sort of GT style trip just isn't feasible, plus the sort of restrictions on travel, etc. So today I thought we would try something in a morning. So I kind of got this morning to myself and going to try and get out in this car, drive somewhere that I wouldn't normally drive to. And today's sort of theme of the journey is Moonraker, the James Bond book. So I'm a big fan of Bond, the films and the books, and obviously in the various sort of stories, he travels all over the world, so like Japan, Jamaica, Bahamas, all around Europe, etc, etc, many places in the US. But one of the earlier books, Moonraker, is actually set around Kent, which isn't too far from me. So I'm based in Surrey, and Kent is kind of the next county over, albeit it's set near the coast, near Dover. So Ian Fleming's quite descriptive about Bond's journey down from London to the Moonraker base, which is set between Dover and Deal. And I thought it might be quite fun to try and follow the same road that Bond would have taken in his Bentley during that book. So I'm not going to go into London to start the journey there, but I am going to pick it up on the way through Maidstone on the Dover road. So I'm on the M25 now, heading over that way, and we'll pick up the trail there. So see you in a bit. Okay, so we are in Kent now, the Garden of England, and making our way towards Maidstone, just come off the motorway. And I've never been into central Maidstone before, so I don't know how navigating those roads is going to go. But in the book, I know Fleming sort of describes Bond navigating the bustling streets of Maidstone or something like that. So hopefully at just before 9 o'clock on a Sunday we won't have too much traffic. But I need to sort of appear on the other side of Maidstone on the A20, and then that kind of takes us hopefully on a bit of a scenic route towards finally sort of where the A2 is, and end up in Dover. But yeah, we'll see how we go through Maidstone. So I don't know about bustling streets, but we do have quite a lot of roundabouts to contend with around here. It's just strange how, I guess it's a Sunday, so it's not going to be too busy anyway, but fairly deserted, I guess, which is high streets in general at the moment, I think. I have to get left here. So having successfully navigated our way out of Maidstone, we're on the A20 now, kind of snaking our way through the Kent countryside. And the A20 is actually quite a nice road. It kind of goes between 40 miles an hour and 60 mile an hour, the national speed limit. And yeah, it's actually quite decent, sort of going like across fields and through sort of wooded areas and stuff. We've stopped at some temporary traffic lights now, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, we continue on the A20 for a while until we get to a junction called the Charing Fork. I don't know if it's actually officially called that, but that's what's referred to in the book. And twice actually, Bond goes through that bit of road, and the first time is just on the way down to the Moonraker base, and the second time is actually in a bit of a climactic car chase with Hugo Drax, the baddie. I won't give away too much what happens, but both times they go left at that junction, so I have to kind of keep my eyes peeled for it, hope I don't miss it. And they end up going past Chilham Castle. I don't know if there's anything to see there, but I might stop briefly and have a look, see if there's anything to see. It's probably going to be closed because of the lockdown, but yeah, I'll update you in a minute. Okay, so we're motoring along now. You should be able to see from the forward facing camera that there's nice fields and stuff. We do kind of get a mixture of weather, so the clouds look a bit ominous, but I've looked at the forecast and it's not supposed to rain. But this is really lovely. I mean, driving along these roads at reasonably high speeds, not like obviously legal, so only 60, but you know, it's really a nice car to be in this for this kind of motoring. This isn't really suited for like narrow B-road blasting. It's more that sort of cruising car, but going on these roads, it really suits the XK8, and it's nimble enough to tackle like these sort of long sweeping corners at relatively high speed pretty easily, and obviously a great deal of comfort. So I just need to keep my eyes peeled now for the fork in the road, and hope I don't miss it. Oh, handily, it looks like the fork is a roundabout, so that's easy enough. We'll take a left here, like the Bond did in the book, and head towards Canterbury. So I don't know how much the roads have changed since the Moonraker book was written in the 50s, but one of the sort of phrases that Fleming uses a lot when Bond's driving a car, he says Bond does a racing change, presumably to change gear, and I'm guessing it's kind of like maybe a heel and toe type action that he does in his car. Never actually says what a racing change is, but I guess that's what it is. And coming up on this road, he says that they're going up this gradient now. There's a hairpin bend where he does a racing change, so we'll have to keep our eyes out for that. I mean, I couldn't see one on the map when I was looking last night, but there is kind of like a sharp right coming up. I don't know if you meant that or not. Not quite a hairpin. Yeah, maybe we can drop it into second anyway. Yeah, that's the best you could do in an XK8 in terms of racing change. I know I've already said it, but this is a fantastic drive, this bit of road from Charing to Chilham. Just gone through Mollash, I think, and it's a great road for just sort of bounding along. Lovely scenery, little houses and things, little villages, really picturesque. It's too tempting to go a bit quick actually. Right, so we're parked just outside Chilham Castle, and I don't think we can go in. Okay, so I managed to find a little bit into Chilham Castle's entrance grounds, and take a couple of pictures and a little bit of video just in the entrance there. It's better than nothing. So onwards to Canterbury. Right, we are just entering Canterbury now, and I've got a bit of history of Canterbury. I went to university here quite a long time ago now, but I met my wife here, had a great time at university here, being part of the ski and snowboard club of all things. But yeah, really lovely town and or city. I can't remember if it is a city actually. It is a city. It's got a cathedral. Yeah, really lovely. Loads of pubs and things. Loads of history, obviously. There's all the Chaucer stuff. And I'd love to stay and do some pictures and take photos of the car and various parts of the town and things, but just don't have time today, unfortunately. Might have to come back for a bit of a stroll down memory lane. But staying true to the Moonraker story, we're kind of going on the perimeter of of the city now, outside the city walls. You might be able to see that on the front-facing camera. And Bond mentions a shortcut out of Canterbury along the old Dover Road. So I think that's the next right, and I think that's supposed to take us towards the A2 potentially. Let's just check where we're going. All right. Yes, we are on the old Dover Road, and that is the road that he mentions as the shortcut out of Canterbury. I don't know if it is now, but it seems to be quite a quick way out of the city. It didn't even get into the city, so yeah, off we go. We're thundering down the A2 now, heading towards Dover. And just before we get there, I think there's a roundabout where we have to take a left and head on the Deal Road towards Deal. Because the Moonraker site is fictitious, obviously, I don't actually know where it's supposed to be, but it mentions in the book that it's some fields behind Kingsdown, and we'll have to just do our best to guess where that is. Hopefully be able to get near the coast and take some shots of the XK8 near the sea and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't know where Ian Fleming intended for this Moonraker site to be, so we'll have to just have to make a guess. In the book, there's also a pub, The World Without Want, and that's kind of like the start of the book, and sets the story up, I guess, as there's like a double murder at this pub. I did look on the map. There didn't seem to be like an equivalent pub that it could have been along the Deal Road, which I've just turned onto now. So we'll just have to maybe skip that bit. I would have liked to have just sort of, parked up and taken a picture of the car outside this imaginary pub, The World Without Want. But I think getting the car near the coast I have to do for today, and just take some pictures down there. So yeah, let's see if we can find this imaginary Moonraker site, and see if we can find some nice scenery. Okay, so driving down this narrow country lane, these are the fields behind Kingsdown, just set back from the coast. So I don't think these are where Ian Fleming intended the Moonraker site to be, because it's a bit hilly. I think it was a bit nearer the coast, but it's a wonderful looking place. It's very old school. I feel like you've gone back in time a bit. Wake up all the local inhabitants with my V8. Whoops. Okay, so we're heading out of Kingsdown now. Quite a nice beach there. A few people fishing and things like that. And I couldn't really find where this imaginary Moonraker site was. Oh, speed bump. But in the book, Bond, as per usual, kind of meets up with this Bond girl, and they go for a little stroll down the beach, and the description of where they are, they kind of go under the cliffs from the base, and along the shore, where there's sort of like beaches under the cliffs all the way along. And actually on the way back, I think, they get attacked by one of Hugo Drax's henchmen, who don't even know where I'm going. Oh dear. Who tries to like put some boulders down or make a rock fall or something, and put an end to Bond's meddling. But anyway, the drone footage that I just I took, I tried to show how they describe the beaches stretching over towards Deal on the one end, and then the cliffs starting at the other, and that's where they start their walk, down underneath the cliffs there. to have a bit of a dip in the sea and a bit of a sunbathe before getting attacked. So we've kind of found the point, I think, where Fleming was referring to certain bits, and managed to get some nice drone footage as well, hopefully. But yeah, now it's just gone to 10:30, and I've only got a pass until about midday. So this is a morning mission, remember, so I have to try and get it over and done with by midday, really. So I've got to get a move on, maybe some Bond style racing changes on the trip back. Okay, so back now just after 12:30. I would have been on time, would have made it before midday had I not had to do a bit of a detour to collect a birthday present for my son for his birthday in a couple of days, so added a bit more time to the journey. But I'm quite impressed with that. I'm quite happy that we were able to fit in kind of a little bit of a morning mission on a Sunday morning to do something a bit different. The car ran fine. The MPG was just over 30, which I thought wasn't too bad considering we were sort of not on motorways the whole time, kind of country road driving and making the way down to those cliffs and beaches and things. So yeah, let me know what you think of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would like to do a few more of these types of video, just try and fit in a bit of like a mini road trip in the morning. And yeah, if there's any ideas people have of places to visit in the southeast, I've got a couple of ideas, but if there's somewhere near you or somewhere you visited you think, oh, that'll be a good trip, a good drive to get to in the morning, then let me know. So until the next time, see you later. Bye bye.